You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Oh, no, oh, no. Come on. Do it quick. We don't have all day. It wants the eyes. Come on, this isn't fair. Yay! All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Saturday in the UK. That means it's June 18th, 2022. That's not actually what it means, but that's what it means today. And I'm glad you can make it here. The end of the week, the middle of the weekend. And it doesn't get any better. I wake up to thunderstorms today. It's a little warm, but I didn't mind it. Not even a little. And thunderstorms in the distance, only 2 miles away. It was fun. Oh, it was awesome. There was so much thunder. Nope, didn't even record this time. You know why? Because it's going to happen again later and tomorrow and the next day. So I wasn't going to get up and run around today just for thunderstorms. If it was Arizona, I would, because thunderstorms come around like every, 2 or 3 years. So when one shows up, you want to follow it. But in Florida, I'll wait till tomorrow. So I'm glad you're here. Abductions, dreams, and sleep paralysis. Doesn't that make you mad when you hear people say that? I was abducted. It wasn't sleep paralysis. You guys hear that? So I want to go into this a little bit because Charlie Weiser, you all know Charlie, right? She's kick-ass. Delves in deep to stuff. Kind of like a truther more than a debunker, you know, but very good. Doesn't have to make up lies, you know? So we're delved into the sleep paralysis thing a little bit. And, don't get mad at me, for that. It's like, hey, man, I don't know if I was abducted, but I'm not counting it out. I think we've all been abducted. At least once. Capiche? Doesn't matter when. I could tell you when, but you won't believe me. When you were in the womb. Shh. Yeah, when you were in the womb, they did it. That one time when your mom and dad, they went to the Poconos, they got real drunk, they fell asleep, crashed. That's when they came over. Yeah, it was that night. Well, throw a dart. But it's roll call time for the UK, folks. Mary Jose Sproul, welcome to the show. Carl Ann, welcome to the show. Single Wide Samurai with too much game. Danke. Welcome to the show. I had nothing. I got nothing. I reached in the bag and I had nothing. Denbub, welcome to the show. Who's this? The Josh and Artemis show? Is it just Josh? Is it just Artemis? Is it both of them? Is it none of them? Wouldn't that be cool if you could have, your name just show up, 10 minutes after the start? Say, oh, I want to schedule my hello. So I support them. And then you type in another one later and you ask a question, has nothing to do with the conversation. That'd be fun. Now, you can only do one. It can only be in the first 5 minutes of the show. There you go. That's how I would originate that idea. Anyway, welcome to the show. Connie of the Dead, welcome to the show. Lisa M. See, now I knew I was in for a new one today. I got to blow it. I got to put it on the 100-inch. No, I'm just... I'm looking at your eyes when it's on the 100-inch. Wow. It's like being in the front row of a movie theater. Being in the front row at, what are those, IMAX theaters? Yeah, you ever been to one of those? Not a big fan. Not a big fan. Pay an extra $4 for a 6-foot or 6-story movie screen with incredible surround sound, which I thought I was getting. But apparently they added in some subs under the seats and, a couple of wind blowers. I don't know, man. But welcome to the show, Lisa M. Helen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Rebecca Wiles, welcome to the show. Samo Gufonian Rockstar Show welcomes you. Randall Hills in the house. Welcome to the show. Metalhead, what's up? How are you? Welcome to the show. The richest YouTube channel. I saw you in chat yesterday, I believe it was. And I'm like, wait, the richest? Isn't that really successful YouTube channel that's out there that shows I can't remember. It's been a minute since I was on there. I think it was a couple of months I checked in on it. I don't know, but if that's got to be you, the richest. I want to check that out real quick. Hold on. I want to check. Yeah, we'll do it this way. And then we go to channel, right? Right? You have to go on the channel. Well, it won't let me do it from there. I just want to see. I just want to check it out. See if I'm wrong. I like being wrong. See, why isn't it allowing me in my own... Oh, there it is. Okay, I see what I did wrong. Oh. Well, this isn't the channel I thought it was. 27 subscribers. Okay. There is a channel called The Richest, but I think you are the richest YouTube channel. Got it. I tell you what, we'll subscribe. We'll help you out. Why not? Yeah. I don't know what's on there. Looks like, oh, do you know? I'll have to check out your channel. The reason I didn't check, I thought you were that guy, the richest. That super 1 million subscribers. I don't know, they have like 3 million or something. Anyway, welcome to the show. How I win the lotteries here. Welcome to the show. Yeah, a lot of thunderstorms today. We're in the middle of a severe thunderstorm warning for Tampa, which is just south of me a little bit, so I probably won't see those, but they'll be imminent all day tomorrow. Anyway, Dutchfly 61, welcome to the show. How you doing? I've never seen Dutchfly 61 here, so thank you for giving the show a check out. And welcome to the show. Scott Blight. There you are. Such a cool name, Scott Blight. Yo, B. Like if you play basketball, football, anything, go B. I bet you they do that. Yo, Blight. Blight. See, I wouldn't say, yeah, I would just say B. You'd be B. So, Scott B in the house. Truth Entertainment's here. Triple T's. Love that as well. I like things that make me feel good. I don't know. John P. Adventures. Welcome to the show. Samantha Morris, welcome to the show. Jeanette Bonebox here. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. It's Saturday in the UK. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we gotta, move on. I see. I know you're here. Alfie Joe Bob C. I wouldn't forget you. Jammer. What's up? JT's in the house. I know. We're going. We're starting now. Randall Hill. Alien Girl. Everybody knows to come in about 15 after. Oh, Rich does all his hellos and that 3.5 minute intro he's got now. It's just out of control. Out of control. It is. Everything's just... I think we've gone... Have we gone backwards? Nah. I think we're good. Well, today's show is brought to you by me. Me. Not you. Me. You can't buy me, see, and me can't be sold. But I like representing Goof On because I'm me. So, you be you, and I'll be me. Under 17, not permitted without parent. Keep looking up. Thanks, me. No problem, you. Bernie Muro with $2. It's a super dono. That means those of you who are here, there's no emoji, no sticker, and no comment. And the first super chats of the day always get one of these. Bernie Muro giving the love. Thank you, Mr. Muro. Bernie with a $2 super dono and Echo. All over number 2, 3, 4, whoever came after. Thanks, Bernie. A continuing supporter of Goof On. It's very important. We support the show. We go every day. If you want to support the show, just, the links are in the description. And they're on the homepage of Goof On. We don't beg. We don't beg for money. Are we begging? We're not begging. Just in case people need to know. New people here every day. Look, we got a new one in here tonight. You may not know. Right? You didn't know. It's in the description. Even after the show, you could help support Goof On with the thanks button. Ching. Seriously, though. No, without your contributions, I might as well be UCR. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, God, that's gotta hurt. You know what hurts? When people don't believe you. One thing that I learned in this field very early on was that when you tell somebody you don't believe them, they get angry. Those are the ones that worry me. Anybody who gets mad scares me. So then I learned that those people who get mad aren't truthful. You know who's truthful? People who don't ask for any money, don't want to go on your show, but did. They felt like they needed to talk about it. They didn't even give their name. But there's all types of people out there in this world, as you know. We are not a young group. We're not in our 20s. We are in our 40s and 50s, some of you in your mid to late 30s. I know some are less than that, but I'm just saying generally, that's what analytics tells me anyway, so I'm just using what they told me. So everybody's close to my age. You know damn well, in the last 30 years, you learned a lot about people. For those of you who had a general normal life outside, working and going shopping, if you're stuck at home sitting on the computer every day and you don't leave the house, it might be a different story for you. I'm talking people like in the 40s and 50s and 60s. We didn't have the computer. So we went out and we did stuff. I know you get it. Okay, good. All I'm saying is you learn a lot about people. The ones that get mad, I don't like talking to. Why would you get so defensive? If it was true, you would just say, dude, I'm being honest, seriously? I don't need this. And usually the people who are telling the truth would tell you to go stick it up your ass. Now, I'm not trying to give people ideas on how to lie better, or telling you something you don't already know. But abductions and sleep paralysis is like the biggest trigger topic, I think, in all of ufology and aliens and abductions. Don't you think? Everybody I talk to, including me, I've talked to myself. You just saw me talk to me. The truth of the matter is, we don't know 100% yet, and I don't know how we don't know 100% that it's sleep paralysis. Why would people dream the same freaking things? They're not dreaming of Bigfoot. They're not dreaming, on a consistent, abduction experience or level. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about the one-offs. They had a one-time abduction, maybe a bad acid trip or whatever, Anjali. I'm talking about people who continually, I know Anjali still has her ongoing bullshit story, but doesn't mean she's really being abducted. I don't buy it. Now, anyway, for another day. But is it really sleep paralysis, man? I know that I've woken up from what I thought was already awake and heard somebody in my ear say, I'll be in your head before you wake up. Dude, that's not a dream, man. That's creepy shit. That shouldn't be allowed in the dream world. That's stuck. I can hear it, and when I replay the voice, the way it sounded,
I'll be in your head before you wake up.
It was me. The voice I heard was my own. That's a trip. I'm just laying there, and I wake up because there was a pain in my ear. And when I went to lift up, to get up out of bed, I felt somebody's voice on my ear, their breath moving the fibers of those small little hairs in your ear, and you can just hear it, and it was right in my ear. It's like somebody whispering and you feel their breath. So I didn't move. I was like, what? And then I went to go look, and there's nothing there, and then I jumped up and turned on the light, and my wife's like, what? And I go, you don't want to know. She's like, aliens, huh? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. It was weird. And then that night, 15 minutes later, when I took the dog out because he thought it was time to get up at 3:30 in the morning, it was, he thought it was 5. Go across the street, and there are these 3 circles in the grass. I still have the pictures and everything. It's pretty cool. 3 little ones. Guess what? They formed a triangle. Yeah, if there were two of them, it would have been a line. It wouldn't have been a triangle. No shit. It was 3 points, and guess what, Bob? It formed a triangle. A triangle? You don't say. From 3 points? Yep. Yeah. From 3 points. And people are like, wow, it formed a triangle out of 3 points? That's amazing. It's got to be a trick. So I saw Charlie Weiser talking about sleep paralysis, and it was just coincidence because I wanted to talk about it. So I looked into what Charlie was going over, and I thought it would be interesting to share with you. So that's what I'm going to do in a few seconds. All right, so Charlie made a handy graphic of some of the symptoms of sleep paralysis. We're going to go over each one of these, see if it applies to you. And I tell you what, I may even open these little, I may drop a link if you want to join. And if you have one of these experiences, or you've proven it that it's sleep paralysis, or you couldn't prove it was sleep paralysis, maybe I'll do that. I'm thinking about it, so prepare your mind. I'm interested to see how you are dealing with either sleep paralysis or alien visitation, abduction. And before I show you Charlie's stuff here, don't you think it's weird, though, that millions of people throughout time have had the same experience? And I'm not talking similar. I'm talking almost a carbon copy. That's kind of militaristic way of thinking, very organized, very sanitary. They don't forget anything. They don't leave anything behind. They don't leave a cotton swab inside your gizzard. You know what I mean? Everything's scanned, properly washed, scrubbed, and put back where it came from. They've been doing this a while. Can you imagine back in the early days when they just started this? That's what that's when all the people were saying, I was wearing somebody's nightshirt. It was on backwards. There was a green goo on it. I don't know whose goo it was. All right, let's look at the sleep paralysis thing here. Yeah, that goo. It'll get you every time. I just shut it down by accident. All right, here we go. And shut off. Here we go. So it's on Twitter. The Wiser. So let's take a look. It says, I made a handy graphic, some of the symptoms of sleep paralysis that I and others have experienced. And you know what I like about Charlie? This isn't somebody who didn't have this experience. Capiche? You know what I mean? I want people to have the experience talking about this stuff with me, you son of a... I knocked it over. That's one. I knocked this over about 3 to 6 times a show. But sleep paralysis, that's the number one trigger. Anybody who's been abducted, you say, nope, sleep paralysis, it's a trigger. They will get a little bit emotional. How could you say that? I think I would know if I was sleeping. Would you? Would you? Would you? If you know someone who's ever woken up paralyzed and scared, this may help. So go to the top left. I guess this is sleep paralysis, when you have fear of something and it seems like you're wide awake, right? Isn't that what it is? You can't move. You're literally paralyzed. See, that's what I don't know. I don't understand this either. Are the eyeballs not connected like everything else? Why do the eyes move? The eyeballs shouldn't be able to move. They should just roll back in your head, yes? So, we'll see. It's a weird one. Yeah, I never really liked... I don't like sleep paralysis as an excuse. I don't know. Because this only applies for people in their bedrooms, just people have been abducted while they're going to bed or in bed or sleeping. This isn't anything to do with people driving and falling asleep at the wheel and crashed into a tree. I woke up and there were these limbs around me, and there was one that went right through me. It went right through my soul. Sir, did you know you're in heaven right now? Oh, shit. Next, we have levitation hallucinations. Have you ever had a sense that you were levitating when you were just like laying down, but you weren't really tired? I get that every single time when I meditate. Every time. I could be sitting in a chair, laying on the bed, propped up in the bed. I always lose my sense of what I'm sitting on, even the clothes I'm wearing. I don't feel anything, actually. So levitation, I've never levitated, but I guess, how can you levitate if you're sleeping? Well, because you're dreaming. It's called sleep paralysis. So now there's been abductions and visitations where people aren't levitated out of the roof of their home or outside a window. Sometimes they feel the sense like something's happening, and then the next thing you know, a big bright flash happens and they're in this medical facility, or well, it looks to be one. So many different stories, so many different versions, but they're always the same aliens. Pretty much. Even to people who don't even have television or seen movies, Jennifer Siami, how are you with the 10 quid? I woke up a few months ago. There was a man. It was dark. He was looking down at me. He was in black with a fedora. I clocked him. Was not afraid. I guess you punched. Okay. I was not afraid, and I was aware of my eyes being closed. Oh, wow. Say, wait, what? Wait. I woke up a few months ago. There was a man. It was dark. He was looking down at you. He was wearing all black, the fedora. I punched him. I wasn't afraid. I was aware of my eyes being closed, but you still saw him. Oh, that's bizarre. Isn't that... Wait a minute, hold on. So there was no man in the room. Or was there? You said there was a man, it was dark, he was looking down at me in black with a hat on. You hit him, so you must have hit him, felt him, so you weren't afraid, and your eyes were closed. You were aware of them being closed. So was there somebody in the room? Or was it all in your head? Or was it all a dream? Yeah, oh wow, okay. I see you're saying yes. Interesting. Oh, that's all right, James. Good to see you. Well, thank you, Jennifer. That is really... hey, I believe you. I'm not saying I don't. I don't have really scary shit happening to me like that. Thank you for the $10, by the way. Appreciate it. And you're a continuing supporter of Goof On. I appreciate it. What was that? I was just going to say something and I forgot. Do you tell people? Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted when I brought up this conversation today about sleep paralysis. I was hoping you guys would add to it. I don't know. I don't think you tell anybody if it's a one-off. I think if it keeps happening like 3 times in a row, it doesn't have to be every day. It could be 3-4 times in a month. if it's affecting your life positively or negatively, yeah, maybe you want to share it with somebody. I would be very careful with who you share this stuff with. Do a little research on the location, the house. See if you can find anything about the land it's on. Maybe there was a house there before it, or a building where nefarious stuff was going on. Who knows? Maybe it's built up on a cemetery. Poltergeist. I'm just saying, it's always good to do the research to know where you live. Believe me, I did, and it opened up my eyes. I think I got this one here. Dean Payne. Hey, man, how you doing? Super sticker. All right, let's take a look. That's a $5 super sticker. Where is it? Yeah, see, YouTube it's slow, man. There it is. Hold on. There you are. Oh, it's working out. It's the working out pair saying, keep it up. I do. Thank you for that motivational support. That's exactly what it is. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. That was a very, I think I might be missing some. Let's see. Oh, thanks. Okay, I didn't know if that was the next one. I saw the thing jumping. Coral Ann, everybody. Jennifer Siami, again with the $5, says, Rich, I saw him. I just remember my eyes being unnaturally closing. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Now that makes a little more sense. Was it... yeah. Just one more question. You don't have to throw $5 up to answer it, but was it a spiritual being, or are we talking a physical, like a dude? Just curious. YouTube is slow, I said, I know. I don't know why I said that. YouTube is slow. It was. I have to go on the channel because StreamYard doesn't give you every detail, like to see who this... When somebody puts a sticker up, I don't see it the same way. I just see it the way you see it. And it just says it's a super sticker. It doesn't show me what the super sticker is. So I have to go to the channel. And I was waiting for the chat room to catch up because I haven't been on the channel for a minute. That's why I said it's slow. I don't know why I even had to explain that. But if I ever say YouTube slow, now you know why. Thank you, Jennifer. That is, yeah, see, I have shadows here. Now, I did record, maybe I'll bring those up tonight just because. Those shadows that I captured in my, closet. I saw the light flashing from my living room, and I went into the closet, or the bathroom, and I saw that the closet light was flickering on and off. So I went in there, and it wasn't in the on position. It was in the off position, but the light was on. And I started recording it and then talking to it. And you could see these shoot right across, and I paused it. You can't tell what it is, but you can see something going in front of the camera at a ridiculous speed. Ridiculous. It's so cool. And it isn't cool because that apartment I lived in was, it was hellacious. So I don't know if it followed me here, but I'm seeing those same things. I think it's just me. I think I'm a little wacko. All right, let's get on to the next one. Okay, now this next one for the sleep paralysis. I said that weird. Jennifer Siami with £2. Physical. Oh, wow. 100%. Oh, wow. Well, that is 10 times scarier to me. I'd rather deal with non-physical people than physical people. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't know where the non-physical people go to, man. I want to know. I want to get to know them. And I don't know if we should be scared. I'm more scared of the things that I know can literally end my life or, hurt me. And those are physical people. It's me and you and everybody else. We're not talking about, ghosts picking up knives here or, picking up a gun. I don't know any stories of that ever happening. We could get into possessions and whatnot, but not tonight. So flashes. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. Now, the flashes, and we did touch on pull this up, passing through walls. These flashes I have seen. I'm beginning to think, oh, wow, you see flashes from not getting enough sleep. Maybe, oh, wow, I don't know, man. Passing through walls. That is a big one. Have you ever passed through a wall? I have. I've passed through a door. Yeah, as a spirit, as a dream being. Yeah, it was weird. It looked grainy. Like, I can't even explain it. It reminded me of granite and wood. Yeah, isn't that weird? There were like pores in it. Yeah, it was bizarre. See, that's the stuff we don't know about. You can't really read somebody's mind. We may be able to get readings from, things being triggered in certain parts. But imagining or feeling passing through walls, that's something I've experienced, and flashes. But I've never experienced them at the same time that I'm aware of. All right, let's go to the next one. Pressure on chest. Evil presence. Being touched or tugged. I've been tugged. Oh, that's not funny. Not in the middle of a serious conversation. Oh, yeah, forget this guy. Unsub. 1 out of 3. I qualify for. Just one. This one. Being tugged. Well, I don't know why they just didn't say being touched. Tugged is worse. Now, the pressure on the chest. So now what we're doing is we're getting into a spiritual side of things, in my opinion. Now, we're into this part of sleep paralysis where we're talking about evil presence, a heaviness on the chest, and being touched or tugged. Could this just be from what's happening to you? That you have this pressure on your chest and you have this evil presence feeling? I don't know. I haven't had that feeling since I was a kid. And I'd have to say about under 7 years old maybe. I haven't had anything like that, but people do. They feel an evil presence. Could this just be a manifestation of what's going on in your mind when you don't get enough sleep? Maybe when you get too much sleep? I don't know. But sleep paralysis is mixed in with this culture, alien abductions. There's no way around it. I saw somebody say earlier in the chat, sleep apnea. I think that is one of those is a symptom of having problems sleeping or, whatever. You could have sleep apnea. But sleep paralysis is definitely feeling like there's an alien presence around you. This is the classic definition for people in ufology. I was going to say in UFO world. We can't move. We see the aliens and they're doing stuff to us. Right? That's the story right there. No two ways around it. All these other things are usually dismissed in movies and documentaries. This is really interesting. Look at the next one. Orbs. Drones? Aliens. Orbs? Yeah, I get that. Now, drones? I'm a little confused. Maybe you can help me. Are we talking about alien drones? Like, you think that's what this means? Like, they're small, tiny UFOs that help people out? Or is that what we're are we talking about real drones here? Like, the Chinese make or whatever. I'm a little confused on that. Aliens in the room. Right after evil presence and a lot of stuff, man. I can't imagine. I never ever thought drones would be part of sleep paralysis. I don't understand that one. Anybody know what that means? Hive mind drones, maybe? Dank, that's not a bad thought. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more than that. Having your head in the wrong position. I know what you mean. My father went to a sleep clinic, and it does help, but it's not a fix. They still have the problem. Yeah. But yeah, that could help most cases, I guess. Maybe in early on stages of sleep apnea. I don't know. I'm not a sleep expert, but my dad is now. All right, I'm trying to see what you guys are saying here. Randall, what? Everybody's praising you. Succubus action? Scott Archer? Randall Hill says there's an evil presence there for sure. You're open to the spirit world when you're sleeping. They like to attack you when you're weak. You're weak when you sleep. Got it. Nice. Thank you. Yeah. So, okay, then, you know what? All right, I want to counter that with this. Why don't they, take us out? I think a lot of people would die in their sleep, though. If these are evil spirits, and they can attack you when you're sleeping, do they only do it in the 3 hours that you have rapid eye movement, REM? Does it, do you recover from those attacks the same night within hours of waking up? I have a lot of questions about that. But yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know, man. I really don't. I see yeah and I see no. Maybe it's a doorway in, and then once they get in, they can mess with you. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. Aw, look how nice Coral is. Nobody's as passionate about UFOs as Rich. That's true. I have to admit, that is true. You're very nice, Coral. Very, very nice. Lisa Bowden. I'm sorry, Bowden. Damn it. Like bow down. Yeah. Yep. Did you read a $5 super chat question, what I sent you about human mutilations? Yeah, and I think I wrote back to you. Sorry if I didn't. I could have sworn I did because I covered that a few times over the last couple of years. Human mutilations are, shoosh. They sure do look like cattle mutilations. I can't speak today, can I? They sure do look like, they do. Because they had the pictures and we showed them here. The same laser precision. removal of cheekbones, eyes, the anus, lymph nodes, all that stuff. The gizzard, the spleen. They take it all. Yeah, they make a little human giblet soup out of it. I don't know what they do with that stuff. But doesn't it seem very, not spiritualistic, what do they call that? Like, not sacred, but they keep doing it over and over. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's maybe aliens are very religious. Maybe they believe in a god, and they have to get these parts from humans and cattle to appease the gods in their mind. I don't know. Sounds like human stuff to me. I don't know, man. Yeah. Thank you very much, Lisa, for reminding me of that. That's scary. And you are a continuing supporter of MUFON. Yeah, it's wild. They, Jennifer, again, Jennifer Siami with a $5. You are only as pure as your thoughts. Law of attraction. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I would agree with that. I do. Everybody here knows they have two. Right? You have the person who you are inside your home. And then you have the person who's on the outside. The only thing that separates you from being you is a 2-inch door. How's that for a reality check? Very thin veil we all hide behind, right? Every now and then we get a little peek inside of there. Ooh, how'd that happen? Wow, I can't believe, these people act this way, I was going to say something. I'm afraid to say anything. You see, he won't talk about anything anymore. We won. Nah, you didn't win. Jennifer, thank you very much with a very, very, that is a pure super chat. Right? Yeah. Yep. Law of attraction right there, baby. You got that right. Yeah, you are who your thoughts are. That's a good one. And lastly on the sleep paralysis list, abducted, visited, or sleep paralysis. I don't know. If you read what Charlie Weiser says, here I may sound like a broken record, but it seems clear many alien abductions from beds are actually sleep paralysis followed by a dream that all seems real on recall. Hypnotic regression brings forth imaginative details and implants those fantasies as memories. My observation is that, quote-unquote, many experiencers who believe they've been abducted or made contact with ET at some point talk about childhood abuse or neglect or about substance use or abuse. So I have some thoughts on that. Today I spoke to a relative. Like me, he grew up in a safe, loving home, never felt threatened, always knew he'd be protected. He suffered sleep paralysis episodes since early childhood. At age 8, he realized it wasn't real. He calls this milestone critical consciousness. We all develop critical consciousness around this age, the ability to distinguish fantasy from reality. A 6-year-old might think the real Elsa came to his birthday party. At age 9, he knows it's a lady in a costume. The difference with sleep paralysis is it feels realer than real. if you don't know what it is, your critical consciousness doesn't kick in. It's like the 9-year-old grows up still thinking Elsa came to his party. He may even remember she looked exactly like this. So while adults may apply critical consciousness to every other area of life, a sleep paralysis sufferer who still thinks it's real isn't applying critical consciousness here. And culture tells them how to interpret the experience. Old hag, incubus, tokolash, demon, alien. My evil entities are short, shadowy figures with large heads who stare at me. Basically your typical alien grays. Though the details are hazy, the closest my relative can come to describing his evil entities are plague doctors wearing beak masks and cloaks. Oh, I read that weird. When he was very young, he would try to resist the entity as it yanked him by the ankle off the bed. Every time he fell to the floor, he was immediately back on the bed again. At age 8, he let the entity win. Just let it happen. He knew nothing bad would happen. He describes the entity tugging at him, then catapulting him through the wall. He learned to let it happen because on the other side of the wall, a lucid dream was waiting for him. Aside, a lucid dream doesn't mean a vivid dream. A lucid dream is when you realize you're dreaming. If you teach yourself to remain asleep, you can control the dream. Frickin' awesome. Sleep paralysis, on the other hand, is when you're fully awake, but your body remains paralyzed for REM sleep. Another feature for this relative of sleep paralysis is feeling vibrations, like touching your tongue to a 9-volt battery, but through the entire body. I get buzzing and vibrations too. And of course, intense fear, which he's learned to overcome. Don't fear the phantoms, he keeps telling me. I quickly realized these were hallucinations. They weren't actually evil. I knew it was all in my head, maybe because I had a safe, happy home where nothing bad happened and rational parents. Stress affects memory formation. Abuse is stressful. Regression in adulthood generates imaginings that feel like memories. Add sleep paralysis episodes filled with fear and malevolent entities. Isn't that a recipe for believing you've been abducted by aliens? Wow. Wow. That's a lot to take in right there. Okay. I had to take that drink. I just didn't want to slobber all over myself. So the last one was buzzes, whispers, vibrations. There are, wow. So one thing that Charlie says that really isn't, hold on, I'll pull myself up here, that really didn't resonate 100% well with me was the fact that we're talking about regression hypnotherapy. Isn't that what it is? Hypnotherapy regression? Well, whatever. That isn't 100% either. And depending on who is doing that regression can mean the difference between somebody thinking they were abducted by aliens or somebody who was dreaming they were abducted by aliens. I mean, the whole reality could be changed just because the person who's doing the regression may be adding aliens in their mind when maybe they shouldn't. What did you see? Did they have a big head and big black eyes? Yeah, they did. Yeah. Big head, big eyes. Yeah. They weren't really tall, were they? Or were they? I don't know. You tell me. No, they weren't tall. You were right. They weren't that tall. 3 feet, 4 feet. I don't want to say it. You tell me. Yeah, I guess about 3.5 feet tall. Yeah. Like the size of a child. Like the size of a child. Yeah. All right. So we got a big head, big eyes, not that tall, size of a child. Sounds like you're having an alien abduction. Yeah. Instead of saying, what did you see? Explain it to me. What did the being look like? I don't know if you say being. I'm not a psychiatrist that does regression. I don't do hypnotherapy. As a matter of fact, I don't do any therapy. But the point is, you need somebody to do the job correctly. Or you could be adding fuel to the fire. You could be gaslighting something that really isn't happening just because you want it to be real. And that's what John Mack was being accused of, by the way, with the Ariel school kids, right? He came in about, 5 days after there was another, the news agency was down there doing a report on it, something like that. And the kids never even mentioned aliens or anything like that. But when John Mack got there, all of a sudden it all became about aliens. It's weird. It's wild, wacky stuff. So I was thinking about it, and I think I'll do it. I will put an invite in the chat if anybody wants to come on to the show and voice your concerns with the sleep paralysis hypothesis, or maybe you experienced this on the regular, or you used to, and you want to share what happened to you. I will put that link in there now. I see the super chat coming up. Link to join Goofon live. All right, and there's that. I'll let you on as soon as I get to you. Jammer Travels with $10 support. Greetings, Earthlings from Pennsylvania, USA. Thank you, Space Traveler. Jammer Travels, that's your first super chat to goof on. So you know what that means. Well, that's right, Jammer Travels, it's me. Congratulations for your first super chat at good. Greetings, Earthlings from Pennsylvania, USA. Mucho gusto, generoso. Terrible. Just terrible. We got to hire somebody else. Thank you very much. Thank you for that, Jammer Travels. We got to hire somebody else to do that voice. That guy's got... It's over. It's run its course. Unoriginal. Can't have it. Can't have it. Sorry, Mr. Voice. Was it something I said, Rich? Nah, it's not nothing. I see you turned the camera off. Talk to me. I don't want to leave. Nah, you make too many mistakes. All I need you to do is just read the name, say congratulations, and you're trying to come up with things that are original. Well, don't you want me to be original, Rich? Huh? I don't know anymore. Let me speak to me. Is me here? Nope, it's just I. I'm gonna talk about Twitter. Go away. Anything you say, boss. So, nobody's. All right, we'll give it 2 minutes. Hey, we got a lot of stuff to go over anyway. Contemplate this possibility. Governments don't want disclosure because some believe it will lead to open contact. School landings, as an example, will turn into open, overt public communication. And they don't want to have to contend with that. It's UFO Jesus tweeting. I don't even want to do it twice. I can't. I don't understand this guy. Oh. Did you see there was a blanket that appeared on Mars? Yeah, I'll pull it up. Hey, look, I know that sleep paralysis is a very touchy subject. I get it. I know some of you here have experienced it. Heck, I might have. I get it. I do. But I understand. I understand. I understand if you can't talk about it. I understand if you're afraid, yeah. I understand if you can't speak up because you know your family is listening. Hey, look at this. I thought there was one that came in. Hey, Moody Mongol. Thank you for the $20 PayPal. Dude, thanks. Tribute to our Goofonian overlord for strategic herbal meatball purposes. You're going to make me Anthony. I mean, you're going to make me fake cry. I mean, I'm really going to cry. It is so gorgeous. Thanks, man. Moody. I can't believe it. I can believe it, but I can't believe it. Thank you. And you are a continuing supporter of Goof On with this. Come on now. See what I did there? All right. Well, forget about sleep paralysis. I think we talked about it. It's over. If you haven't had the experience, you should try and have it. It's a lot of fun. There's nothing like sleep paralysis, let me tell you. Just when you open up your eyes and you're surrounded by aliens, that has got to be riveting. You know, what an experience. I've never had that. Mine always were behind me. You know. Mine were always like to the ear and out of well, I did see the one for a quick second, just the shoulder and part of the head, face, neck, chest, and throat. The face, breast, chest, neck, and head. I was burnt. Oh, you know what? Oh, man. You guys. Oh, I've got something I'm going to play for you. I can't believe this. I forgot. I just found these. And like Coral and Nathan may know about these because they've been here more than, 2 years? You remember my the funny phone calls I did? I know. I thought I lost them. But I got them. They're on my phone, and I don't know why they're on the phone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to play one of those funny phone calls. That's it. And I think I'm going to play Alien Soup. Alien Soup. Let's see if that pops up. Well, mother's ass. All right, this is going to be tough. Audio. Right, here we go. Oh, yeah, this might work. All right, I think I found some of it. All right, let's go down here. Wow. Oh. All right, we're getting closer. I'm in the right area. These are pretty good. They're not stupid. I wouldn't play stupid. These are phone calls that I made that have to do with aliens. Yep. Yep. That's right. What is this? Let me see. All right, here we go. Now I'm in the right place. That may be the new intro song. Yeah, I made it a year ago. Hold on, I'm almost there. Where are you going to go? This is worth the wait. I know I don't like to have any downtime on the show, no dead air. I don't like that stuff, man. Makes me nervous. Makes me nervous when there's nothing going on. Oh, here, I think Grandpa. Oh, Grandpa G.
Move over, brother.
Listen.
Let me on Saturday night. This is Grandpa G. You know, Richard Giordano is inviting you to tune in on Spaced Out Saturdays starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, where he's gonna bust open the lids on everything paranormal. What?
We were making commercials for that. Trying to come up with something that would work. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. I found it. All right. Well, this doesn't have to do with UFOs, but it's a good one. Let's see. Now, I'm doing both voices, by the way. I hope this comes through. Let me see something. Let me see something. Damn it. It won't allow me. Yeah. All right. See if this works.
Is Danny Giordano speaking? Yeah. Yeah, I'm here now. Yes, this is Octavio Mendez. Octavio Mendez. Fabio Mendez.
Is that?
How do you spell your first name?
Can you hear it okay?
Octavio. Octavio. O-C. Yes. O-C. Can you see? Okay, Fabio, go ahead. Okay, Fabio, is this that guy for the butter? It's more bit of butter or no, wait. Oh, yeah, I know who you are. Hey, what's going on? Mr. Giordano, I'm calling out Coin Loan Service and Customers on behalf of Central Today. Now, we have I can't believe it's not butter. That's who it is.
It's tinny.
I can't believe it's not butter. Spray. Oh, Fabio.
All right, forget it then.
It's the original buttery, you know? Yeah, okay.
All right.
Over on the air conditioning guy. Oh, with the American Home Maintenance air conditioning. Yeah, we're just calling to remind you to schedule your maintenance for your AC. You're still the homeowner at 99. Yeah. All right, great. We wanted to let you know we're still doing the tune-ups right now for 50% off. It's $49 per unit. That includes everything, tax, trip, labor, and we do have appointments for tomorrow. Who cares? You've already had your tune-up already this year? Who cares? Oh, I care. I do. Are you having a bad day? A little bit under the weather?
Yeah, I can't do this either. Yeah, it's just too tinny. Too tinny. Anyway, I thought it was going to be better than that, but I think times have changed. I think I'm older. I don't want to die. I don't want to die until I'm 68. 2036. What? Who? See, I don't know if we can do this. Somebody's here. Somebody is here? Gorilla Gamer? What's up?
Hey now, hey now. How you doing, man? You doing okay? You all right? You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just messing
You
with you.
son of a
What's
bitch.
going on?
You dick.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
You know, it's going okay. Going okay. Freaked me
Just
out.
okay?
There, man. Yeah, just okay. Just okay.
Boom. How's the
Storming.
show going?
Good. Good so far. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have fun. That's
all that
about-
matters.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Hey,
I have
man,
a
if
good
you
time.
have fun, they have fun.
I'm hoping.
No. Hey, man, I was there. I had fun.
You know. You had fun once. Once upon a time.
Yeah, it was when I was in your chat room. It was fun.
Awesome.
So you guys should go over there. Check it out. Gorilla Gamer's doing his own show. So what made you come on in today?
Sleep paralysis.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You too?
Yeah, man. It was
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, it was.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh.
Okay, I thought. Okay, go ahead. So somebody said there was an echo, but there couldn't have been. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. So sleep paralysis. All right. So yeah, we talked about sleep paralysis and abductions and the symptoms. And what's your take on it or experience? What are we doing?
I'll tell you my experience. It was
sweet. All right.
It's happened. You know, like it's happened quite a lot, but I don't know if it's caused by medications or something like that, or you know, I don't know. But every time it's been the same, and it's basically I feel like you remember Gulliver's Travels? How
sure?
Yeah, you know how those little people like pinned him down. They're throwing ropes all over him, and it was it pinned him down.
Yeah, he was a giant. They were like ants.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was kind of tied down, but I could kind of move enough to know that I wasn't completely pinned. And the weirdest thing was I felt like I was outside of myself, and I was screaming to myself. I was cussing myself out. You mother, wake up, and just screaming, calling myself the worst names. And I could hear myself. And I'm trying to move, and it's one of those sleeps where you kind of feel like it's a dream, but it's not, because I am fully awake, and I'm fully yelling at myself, the top of my lungs and my head. And it felt like a fight every time. Feels like a fight. It feels like
with yourself.
Yeah, well, with something. I feel something else. I feel like there's something else. I feel like there's another presence in the room, but it's small, dark, and shadowy. And it doesn't want me to wake up. It doesn't want me to get up for whatever reason. And every time I get the impression of this. I get the impression of whatever it is doesn't want me to wake up. So as soon as I do, it's like Gulliver's Travels when he busts out of the ropes. It's like the webbing. I bust out of it, jump right out of bed. And I'm like so angry. I'm seeing red. And I want to kill whatever that thing is that's causing this. And it's so out of my... I don't act like that. I'm not a violent person.
But did you have any trauma when you were young, like severe, like a mother, father, you know what I mean, passing away or something happened like that?
Sure.
So why do they always have to go that? They always go to that you've had some trauma in your life. I've had a lot of trauma. I've never seen aliens all the time. Well, I think most people have,
Yeah.
But like they say about Bigfoot, they got so scared they actually saw a bear, but it looked like Bigfoot to them because they were so scared. I don't buy that. I've never seen data on that. No. So, but in your situation, you're talking about the fear, and you couldn't move, right?
No, not at all.
That is one of the things that was brought up, that people have the sense that it was evil or demonic. Were you feeling that?
Yeah, I felt like it I felt like it was trying to take advantage of me when I was sleeping, but I caught on to it.
Oh,
And
like
and
advantage how?
like maybe. I don't know, but it feels like it had to do with fear. Like it was,
Living off your fear.
yeah,
Like it
like a
loved
low
that you were
level,
scared.
right, like a low level entity. It felt like to me, and
Oh,
in my
wow.
head, I was like, "How dare you? How dare you even try this?" Like I was so pissed, man. I mean, and this is every time, and every time I'm wanting to catch it, I know this, and I'm yelling that in my head. If you get up, you'll catch it. If you know, I don't know what I'm doing to it, but in my head, I want to rip it apart. But I feel
So-
like it's something that shouldn't be doing it because
I know. I
like
understand.
almost like it knows it's breaking a rule by doing it almost. And I don't know, but
Did you
that's
ever
every
think
time.
it could be aliens or demons, or have you ever thought of it that either way?
Yeah,
Like, which way?
I didn't get the impression of alien, but I
Okay.
did get the impression of some form of evil, like an like almost like something old and evil, but not necessarily powerful. I didn't get the impression it was powerful. I got the impression that I'm way more powerful if I could catch it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't know why.
That's
But
why you were mad. Yeah.
Interject.
oh yes, hi
Well,
Jen.
Jen, yeah, I was going to bring you on here. Thanks for chiming in, Jen. So, is this Siami? Am I saying it right?
Yes, it is.
Well, nice to officially talk to you. I don't know if we have before, have we?
No, we haven't. I've been on Alien Addict, and we've seen each other before, but we've never spoken.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I'm recalling. Yep. Well, so thank you for connecting here with us. So, what's on your mind about this sleep paralysis?
Okay. I mean, I messaged you before, and I was talking about having seen a black entity, and
yeah.
I wasn't afraid, and he had a fedora on.
Yeah.
It was very real for me, absolutely real. But what I wanted to reiterate tonight was that we can all measure ourselves by our thoughts, and I think anybody can measure themselves by their thoughts. And if you can get up in the day, what negative thought have I had? What have I done? What have I said? What have I experienced today? And I think this all can be manifested in our sleep experiences. I'm not just saying that it's just sleep. I'm just saying that we have to be aware what we generate into the universe it can be real.
But because it's our thoughts, it does get dragged into the dream world, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily. No, not
Not
at all.
necessarily,
I don't
but
agree
it
with that.
can. But it
No,
can
I
happen.
disagree. I disagree totally.
Well, okay, I find that's interesting because if your thoughts are your dreams and dreams are your thoughts,
No,
wouldn't that
your
carry
thoughts
over?
are your reality. Your thoughts are what attract you. Your thoughts is your karma.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about the world here, instead of that world. If
I don't
I'm saying that
understand.
wrong, I don't mean to.
Are you talking like mind over matter, Jen?
No, not mind over matter. What I'm trying to say is, I've had many experiences all my life. My life has just been one like paranormal experience. I mean, for me, it's just like the norm. But what I'm trying to say is, sometimes when I walk along in the woods, and I think, what negative thought have I had today? And I think, this is how I measure myself. And I sometimes think of these awful experiences people have of supposed aliens or dark entities and so forth. Is this not a part of their consciousness? Is this not part of their... Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Kinda. Maybe.
Okay. I just think what we think is what we generate.
Oh, okay. So like during a day, if you're thinking of all negative stuff, then you'll probably dream about negative stuff?
No, you don't
No?
dream about it, you attract it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you.
Okay, but your dream world is based on the thoughts and all your senses.
No, I don't agree with you there either, Rick.
I don't see how you can disagree, but explain why no. Why that can't be true.
I think
I'm
your
just
dream
curious.
world
I'm
is
just asking. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
I appreciate your thought, Rich. I think your dream world is separate from your psychic world.
From your psychic world. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. But when we dream,
so everybody has dreams. Everybody has dreams. But not everybody has paranormal experiences or psychic experiences. And I think that these states have to be separated because people who do see dark figures or men in black or whatever you say, it doesn't mean they're dreaming. It just means they're in a different parallel universe or different state of mind, but it doesn't mean they're dreaming.
Gotcha. I hear you now. Okay. But it just seems like a dream. Right?
But I think I can always distinguish a dream from a psychic experience. Probably you can. We all can.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds very complex, but is there a way you can explain the difference between the psychic reality and the...
Obviously, I remember waking up one day being very worried about New York, extremely worried, and that wasn't a dream, but I woke up from a sleep state, and for many years I was terrified because I thought we were going to have an awful event in New York, a cataclysmic event, but it wasn't that. But I was stood on a bridge watching New York, and I saw wasn't the Twin Towers, but I saw a bomb go off in New York, but it was awful. It was like cataclysmic. And then years later, I worried about that for years. I really worried about it. It disturbed me because I do see things in the future. And then 9/11 happened. You explained that to me, but yeah, there you go.
Okay. Appreciate that. Gorilla Gamer, anything else you want to add?
No, not really, man. I think that's it. Just that I'm not sure where I was, except when I woke up, was obviously at home. But I try to think of it logically, like was it just simply a nightmare, right? I mean, it could have been. There's not, but that has only happened to me maybe a handful of times in my whole life. I mean, it's not something that happens all the time. It's something that, it's random.
No pattern. Yeah.
No pattern. But the only pattern that I have is that I feel like it's a low-level demon. That's what I get the feeling of. But that could be a nightmare. I mean, that sounds very nightmarish, and it sounds like something at the time I was married to a demon, legit, and I was in another house, in another bed. I mean, who knows if all that could have played a part. I mean, I was in a terrible marriage, and that was...
May I interrupt?
So who knows how that negatively affected it.
Yeah. Jen?
Can I interrupt?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I don't like to call you Gorilla Gamer, but I'm sure you have a really nice name. But
you
still,
call me Will. You can call me Will.
Okay, Will. Hi, Will. Thank you. Well, from what you're describing to me is is that your dreams have manifested themselves, or your experiences have manifested, from your negative experiences or traumas from what you've been experiencing. I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm just saying that it just seems a possibility to me. That's all.
No, that seems like it too. Do you think? I mean, obviously, like drugs would play a part in it too. Like if you took a lot of drugs and you woke up, and I don't know
Maybe.
if
Well,
I mean because during that time I was taking a lot of prescription medication, and maybe that played a part in it.
but I
The
take
negativity as well.
prescription medication, Will. So I do also, because I have a lot of pain.
Right.
And I would, to me, medication would be the less thing I would think about. It would be more your trauma and your life experiences that you've experienced before those events manifested. That's all I'm trying to say. But I think you could probably rule out medication at this point.
Cool.
All right. Well, that ends the segment. I want to thank you guys for coming on. Will, Gorilla Gamer, Jen,
Word.
Thank you. I guess I could remove you. You could remove yourselves, but I'm just going to finish up the show. That's about it. Yeah, not much else we could say about it, but thank you for chiming in on this. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, buddy.
Cool. Yeah, well, I'm glad that we had a couple of you add to the sleep paralysis thing. I know it's happening. It happens all over the world. I think, I don't know, man. If you think you're having episodes, put a camera on yourself every night. That's all I can say. Put a camera on yourself if you can't get to a clinic to get help for that. If you think you have a sleep disorder or anything like that, please get some help. Believe me, I know what it's like to not sleep or get too much sleep. But thank you, guys, for calling in. I appreciate that. Or linking up here. So just to get on with other stuff tonight, because we've got a little bit of time left, I just realized I have some things I wanted to show you. I was almost going to end it all. Well, end the show. I have gotten so many emails from people that believe that clouds are spaceships. This has got to end. I believe Gina Coville, or whatever her name is, COVID, she's one of these people who believes everything. But here is another example. This person thinks that there's some deception going on with these clouds. And I have been given many videos on this stuff. And I tell everybody, I know they may look strange, but they're really clouds. They're real. Yeah, because this one happens to look like, an alien, happens to look like a monster in the sky. That's why these aren't real clouds. It's called pareidolia. I don't know how many times. And this one, yeah, you got the eyes, the face. Here you have more. It's all about pareidolia with these people. And I don't understand why people support it. Don't they get it? It's very confusing to me. It's like flat Earth. It's like flat Earth. That's exactly what that is. And that's from Intergalactic Mayhem. Mr. Bonneker. Oh my God. I didn't realize that was his. No wonder why that name looked familiar. Hey, no offense. He listens to the show every now and then. Nice guy. But I mean, he and I have been going back and forth on this stuff for a good year and a half. Just privately behind the scenes. And I'm like, I can't put that on the show. I can't. I just, and also mountains are monsters that are asleep. Why can't things just be what they are? It's a mountain. It's the ocean. These are clouds. Yeah, it's very fun. it's frustrating, but it's fun. You have to admit, sometimes you just got to laugh. And it's like, no, man, I don't understand. How do you not see this? You know, how do you not get it? And they're like, how do you not see it? Don't you see what I'm talking about, Rich? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And then they try to tell me with satellite pictures that the mountains are moving. And I'm like, I don't think you understand geography. And I don't think you understand weather. And I don't think you understand the sun and the moon. But that's shadows from the pictures taken different times of day of the area. It's not moving. It's just a different time of day the satellite photo was taken. And they're saying, oh, you know, they move like 1 millimeter a year. And you wouldn't notice it. But look, over the last few decades, I've got all these pictures and you can see it moved. Yeah, that's plate tectonics. We know the continents move. We know about the shift of the earth when two plates are rubbing against each other, cause an earthquake sometimes. There's no winning that argument with them. And they feel the same way. It just makes me laugh. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I'm getting ready to. I just don't want to spend $20 on it. And I'm talking about the movie Aerial Phenomenon. It looks really good. And I want to see it, but I don't want to pay $20. I would never pay $20 for a paranormal movie or anything that I know everything on, pretty much. But I still want to see the movie so I can give you guys a good review. So I may break down if I could find it for $15. It looks like UFO Jesus had an interview with Randall Nickerson. That's interesting. Sounds like a nice guy. So Corbell and George Knapp are making the rounds on Twitter. Well, not on purpose by them. But from Who is Axelrod? Who is Axelrod? Responding to remember Richard Butt? Remember Richard Butt? Dick Butt? That's the guy who supposedly gave Lou Elizondo. Wasn't it it was the question to oh my God, I can't think. I don't know, something to do with the Felon 5. And then when what's his name from the Basement Tapes was on, and Lucy R asked him a question if he was arrested for a felony, if he beat women and stuff like that. And I think that all started from Richard Butt or something like that. It was an email that was sent to Lou right before the show, the night before, something like that. And then he had a question in front of him and asked a question that shouldn't have been asked. Created a bunch of controversy. Anyway, Richard Butt here says, it's absolutely anomalous. Where did the drones, we're talking about these drones that Corbell keeps talking about. Where did the drones come from and where did they go? The sensors and systems on those ships knew everything in the air for hundreds of miles around. Radio waves from the drones would have been captured and triangulated. No detection of them on sonar. So, well, Axelrod, who is Axelrod, says, surely George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell have looked into aviation in the area at that time, right? Drones can be launched and recovered from planes. Look at DARPA. It's amazing. It is. It absolutely amazes me. They have hybrid drones that can stay aloft for 12 hours now. Some of them are solar. They could last, indefinitely. They have one that can stay in orbit for 30 days or more. Yeah. It's like no one is keeping up with the technology here, and claims that we don't have the technology is bogus. China does. I'm not saying that China was the Tic Tacs. I'm just saying in 2004, who knows? Who knows on the Nimitz? But in 2019, on the Russell, when they were talking about UAPs, Jeremy and the swarm with George Knapp saying there was a swarm of them over the Russell. And it turns out to be drones. Well, that's what they're saying. I'm not even buying that. Because we still haven't seen any evidence for drones on radar or anywhere. These are still stories from people who were there on the Russell, on the Theodore Roosevelt, and on this a couple of other ships. We still don't have video evidence. Oh, there's a 4-minute video on the Tic Tac with Fravor. Thanks. Oh, there's 27-minute video somewhere, and, we just don't have it. Will we ever see it? Government, yeah, I know. We're never going to see this stuff. It just makes me so mad. And then we have people that think that disclosure is coming in the next year and a half. Don't people realize what is happening? Don't they get it? People don't get it. UFOs have become political. They've been politicized. It's all politics now. It is. It's turning that way. Heavily, quickly. And I don't like it. And you think because NASA's joining the race to find ET, that is going to propel us faster towards disclosure? You're sadly mistaken. You think the Galileo project's going to get up and running and going to survive 5 years looking for spaceships? Oumuamua. We got to find Oumuamua-like spaceships. Avi Loeb, you're so gullible. And Jeremy Corbell keeps dropping these videos that don't say anything at all. Nothing. They're meaningless videos of flares and radar blips of regular airplanes. Bokeh. Out of focus. Stars and planes. Flares and drones. Oh my. This is ufology. It's all bullshit. Everything they're showing us is bullshit. The congressional hearings are bullshit. You think we're moving forward? And I don't want to be the cynical one here. I'm just being the truthful one here. And I hate it because you know I'm going to be right again. But you don't want me to be right. Do you think I want to be right? I don't. I want to be so wrong. So please, ufology, don't get any more politicized. It's too late. It's too late. And Richard Butt is Lou. Who we kidding? And the reason he used Richard Butt, because I'm the Richard that's all over his butt. Get it? It's nice. He lets us know who he is by not telling us who he is. It's very frustrating. And it's hard to explain everything to people who want to believe. They want to believe Lou and all these people are doing really good work. And they're not. It's a joke. It's all for funding. It's all for hiding what the truth really is. And I believe, and I strongly believe, that China has this technology. Maybe they have something like a tic. We've never seen a tic tac. Just keep that in mind. You and I Nobody has ever seen a Tic Tac the way David Fravor saw it and Alex Dietrich, whatever. I want to see what they saw. Until then, we haven't seen a Tic Tac. It's a make-up story. Why do you think hundreds of people aren't coming forward? Where are they? So many people on the Nimitz. Where are they? You got one guy who broke down, another guy who got a couple of TV shows with his friends, another one making documentaries. Gee, I guess ufology does pay off when you lie. No, wait. Maybe I'll take that back. Ufology does pay off if you have a good story. You don't even need evidence. You can just tell anybody a great story. I was in the military, I retired, I put my 25 in, I'm a good guy. I'm one of those. I almost died. I'm a hero. So why would I lie? That's the new thing. Lou's such a hero. Lou is baloney. Lou is a pound of baloney on a marshmallow. That's what Lou is. Dangerous, and he's heavy. Huh? You're fat shaming. No, I didn't say Lou was fat. You did. Yeah. Yeah, and his wife would still be flattened. Yeah. Poor lady. I feel bad for her. Mrs. E. Poor Mrs. E. Mrs. E. Oh, it's poor you gotta make love to such a round man with a square head. How did you get by with that chinny chin chin? Oh, it must have tickled you just right, I bet. Oh, Lou hasn't visited down the pastures, has he? It's been a while since he's been in your garden. Lou. Lou needs to know where his fruits and loins are made. Right here with you, Mrs. E. I'm right here for you. No. Dolan has, Tracy. I guess they got back together. I'm not sure. But that's the view that's going on, that they're back together. They put a letter out a few months ago. No, Tracy and I are still putting together the literature so you can come over to Disclosure Con 2022. I'm Richard Dolan. I haven't given you anything in 15 years. What has Richard Dolan given us? Has Richard Dolan given us anything? I'm not claiming to be an expert. He's the one that's titled UFO expert. He's a UFO historian. Nobody's an expert. You can't be. You can be an expert on the stories, I guess. Yeah. So let's just say that. UFO historian expert. Let's export him. He's an importer-exporter. He exports diapers. And he imports gum. See the relation? Yeah, Dolan hasn't done anything. Why did he ever get any? You know what? It's the way he looks, because he looks like the typical UFO guy that might be a historian. But boring. Man, he's got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but he's hard to listen to. Just boring. Just droning on and on and on, like me. Just like me. But worse. Worse. And I don't get it. All right. What do we got here? F-16 pilot analysis. Oh, I wanted to talk about this tonight. Wasn't there something else we needed to do? There was something else I had to do tonight. Oh, Close Encounters. Shit, that's right. So forget what I was just going to do. Let's talk about Close Encounters real quick. I always had an idea that there could be a Close Encounters Part 2. And I think I would call it Close Encounters The Return Home. I don't know. But I think they could do that movie now with Richard Dreyfuss. And he's still alive. And I don't know if the kids are still alive. But you see if you can get them. I think the mother is still alive. Terry Garr. Yeah, she's still around, right? Terry Garr died? Did she? No. Oh, maybe she did. Let's see. Oh. Born. She didn't die yet. Okay. Born. Wow, she's 77, 78 right now. So my thing is, Richard Dreyfuss is brought back home 40 years later. Well, we could say 50. Who knows? Who cares? Doesn't matter. We'll say 50. No, wait, he got taken in 77, 87, 97, 2007, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 45 years. Man has been missing for 45 years, has suddenly reappeared. Richard Dreyfuss was seen being sucked up into a UFO. I'm sorry. He walked up a ramp of a UFO with 30 to 40 alien baby beings. Well, we say alien baby beings. That might be a little redundant because they are small. Yet there was one big one that had big spider arms and legs, and it was really scary. But he went missing for 45 years. And I'm not saying that's how it's going to start. The way I think this movie should start is you see the end of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You see him looking back. You know how he does? And it looks like he's saying bye. And the little kid, you know the one that, Barry, who almost got hit by the car, that little brat kid, that little blonde bastard. And you hear Barry go, bye, bye. And then you fast forward to now, and it morphs from Richard Dreyfuss's younger face to his face now. And the whole movie's just in his mind. But you get to see the little things that he did. Going to other planets, meeting with other humans, right? That'd be cool. But what happens is he's taken back home. His wife remarried. The kids are married. They have kids. He's a grandfather. And they can't believe it when they see him. Because remember in that movie, he just left in Close Encounters. He left the family. Actually, they left him because they thought he was losing it. Because he kept trying to make the mountain, Devil's Tower. But I think that he comes home, or back on top of the Devil's Tower one night 50 years later, and tries to, I guess, integrate back into society. Things are different now, right? Back then they had Pong. Now they have virtual reality. You get to see him work with all of the new technology, and to him, he just laughs. And he's like, they have no idea. What do you mean, sir? They have no idea. People. They have no idea. And then we get into him going around town watching his kids because they don't know he's back. So he's going around spying on his own kids, seeing them as parents. Now that he's old, nobody's going to recognize him. You know Richard Dreyfuss looks now. He looks similar to what he looked like back then in the 70s. But he looks very old. He could just wear a hat and be close to the family he left behind for 45 years. This means something. You're damn right it means something. he went and traveled the cosmos with aliens. He decided to leave a family of 3 and his wife to go be with aliens. And it was like nothing. Remember the end of the movie? He couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. He had a good life. Sort of. A little bit, paycheck to paycheck. But still, he had a government job. And 3 kids. And Terry Garr. She was attractive back then. He had it made. But he chose to go with the claymation aliens. Wow. Nobody ever talked about that back then. I remember. Nobody ever talked about the psychological effect. I want to know what happened in my movie, Part 2. What happened after he left? Did Terry Garr call the police? Was there a manhunt for their husband and father? Things like that. I want to see that in my movie. And, somewhere in the middle of the movie, he introduces himself to her again much later in life. Or, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got that all wrong. I got it all wrong. In this movie, Richard Dreyfuss looks the same. He didn't age. That's the beauty of this movie. He didn't age. And then they can do that now with all the face shit, right? They can make him look like his young self easily. We saw Luke Skywalker come back to life. My God. Well, not that he was, but he did die in the movie. But nonetheless, there was a young Luke Skywalker. Yeah. That was amazing. On The Mandalorian. No, not The Mandalorian. Was it The Mandalorian in the last episode, but also in Boba Fett. Episode 4, I believe it was. But they can do that. And Richard Dreyfuss is his young self. He reintroduces himself to his wife. She can't get over it. Terry Garr is 78 years old. She's going to look at Richard Dreyfuss and he's still 40 or 35, whatever. 35. Because remember at the end of the movie when the Flight 9 got off the UFO and they walked by one of the guys, scientists there, and he goes, I guess Einstein was right. They haven't aged a year. That's what would happen to Richard on Richard Dreyfuss. That's what would happen. He'd come back and then he'd be younger than his kids. Oh, that'd be so cool. He'd be younger than his kids. His kids would be 50. He'd be 35. Oh, what a great movie I could make. Yeah, and then you have flashbacks and you could all do you can see what he went through. That's a good movie. And then he meets up with Travis Walton. Wouldn't that be wild? Travis gets an appearance. And then we don't bring in J. Allen Hynek. We bring in his kid, Hynek Jr., right? We can do that now. My father was in the original experience that you had in 1977. But I have now taken the reins of my father. I don't have the pointy beard and the nice hairdo and glasses and cigar. Pipe. Anyway, Richard Dreyfuss tries to figure out how he can get back. He missed his family. He can't believe that the Earth is 50 years old. Everybody's old. He doesn't fit in that well. The government's after him for some reason. Maybe the aliens brought him back. I don't know how he gets brought back into the society. Because if you were taken 50 years ago and brought back, like in the movie, they brought back all those people and they haven't aged, right? They were missing for decades. How is that even possible to integrate them back into society? The only way it would be because you don't want them going up to their family and friends. There was a lot of people that got off that UFO, right? There was a couple hundred people. Remember the big board they had and the big lights and had everybody's picture up. There was hundreds of people that went missing that were returned. You can't integrate them back into society where they left off. How? Well, you could have maybe back in the 70s, but not in 2022. Can you imagine doing that now with the internet? My father was an abductee. This is my actual dad. He's really 85, but here he looks 35. He's younger than me. That's my father. We just did a DNA test. I mean, that's what would happen. And everybody would think it's a hoax. It's a lie. Nobody would believe you. My dad's a time traveler? Yeah, how's that going to look? Ibnar Stratibus with a $5 super chat. I got to you from Greer, the CE5 movie. Then witness testimonies on Greer's site, the big hook for me. UFO discussion panels, even Dolan's on Gaia. I know. A lot of people are on Gaia. And I tell you what, I don't mind Gaia, but I won't support or buy anything because they are built. That Gaia was built on lies of Woodcock and bad. Did I say Woodcock? All right, that has to be enough right there. I said Woodcock. Oh boy. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Now, I'm done. Thank you, Ibnar. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the support. Look, I need a haircut so bad. My hair is coming down. I got to get a haircut again. Yes, Ibnar, a lot of good things out there. Absolutely. Thank you guys for supporting the show tonight. Thank you, thank you. Let me make sure I got everybody, just in case. I don't want anybody getting mad. Oh, wait a second. Did I do this already? Oh, yeah, $20 from Moody Mungo. Yeah, I already did that. Yeah, thank you very much for the support. Moderators, super chatters, everybody, thank you. And thank you for hanging out on Saturday in the UK, everybody. It's just a weird show tonight. It just didn't feel right, but I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. This is therapy for me. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So now the rest of the week, 7 p.m. And there will be a new intro and outro coming for 100% sure. I'll probably have it done tonight. But thank you, newcomers and veterans. There are a couple newcomers tonight. They even supported the show with super chats. Thank you very much. And you can still continue to support the show even after it's done. There's the thanks button, which is located under each and every video after the stream is ended. If you feel, the show deserves a little bit of support and you liked it. Hope you did. And all the links to all that stuff's in the description. PayPal, super chat, super stickers, all that shit. It's all in there. 2 times tonight I knocked it over. Oh no, that was my clock. It's over. That's it. You guys can go. It's all right. Just go ahead. It's over. Doesn't matter. See you later, Corey. Yeah, you can go. Everybody can go. Just go. It's all right. There's no outro. But we are Truthology for ufology, right? Every show. That's what we do. Yep. Have a good weekend. Finish it up strong. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. And keep your eyes open for anything else coming out, especially if things get a little sharper. Have a good night. Have a good weekend and be safe.